Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Could Microsoft be the next governing council member for Hedera? Okay guys, let's get into it. So, I'm just going to let you guys know from the get-go, this is all purely speculation, but I'm going to show you what I've found and, why I'm just showing you this and why I'm discussing this. So, there's a guy on X, and I think his name is Geistert. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but he says the next council member for HBAR will be Microsoft. So I'm going to read you what this is taken from. It's from some kind of article, but I'll go through it now. And it says, one of the most significant expected partnerships is with Microsoft, the second largest company in the world, valued at $3.186 trillion. The Windows manufacturer and the Hashgraph Association, which promotes the development of the Hedera ecosystem, have previously collaborated on several initiatives, including as founding members of the Interwork Alliance, a platform for tokenization standards. Microsoft has also been heavily involved in crypto and blockchain initiatives in the Middle East, most recently in Qatar with the HBAR Foundation. Okay, so I saw that, and the first thing I thought is, look, I'm not someone who just takes everything at face value for something that I see on X, especially when, I'm seeing, writing, but I can't see no article, source for it, where it's been taken from. So I was a bit unsure about this. So I wanted to, check for sure. And I did a quick Google of Microsoft and HBAR. And then I did come across this, how Microsoft and Hedera are quietly partnered to save the planet while unlocking a $250 billion industry. So I will just say this again from the beginning. At the bottom of this article, it does say that the person who wrote this is a HBAR investor, and therefore, this is not financial advice. And so, look, I don't know whether Microsoft will become a member on the governing council, but is it plausible? Well, I'd say it's plausible. I think the thing is, it's not about whether it's plausible, it's whether it's likely, right? I don't know whether it's likely. I mean, if this is correct and Microsoft are working with Hedera, so I'll just quickly get into this part here where they're talking about this industry that they're talking about. They're talking about carbon credits. They're talking about the carbon industry. And so, if they are using them, which I don't know as a matter of fact, I've looked it up and I've not seen anything that's directly specifying this, so I'm not sure if this is people just doing wild speculation or if this is factually true. So I do apologize because I would have liked to be able to show you their factual evidence. But the article, I've had a quick glance over it. I didn't read too much into it because I didn't want to be reading too much if it was just fake anyway. It was just someone doing pure hype content to try and pump HBAR. But, I did scan through it, and I'll be honest with you, the whole carbon credit things, the Hedera Guardian, which is one of the products that you can use in terms of carbon stuff, it's a big deal, and it wouldn't surprise me because I know Bill Gates has a lot of initiatives to try and save the planet and that kind of stuff. So it wouldn't really surprise me, in all honesty, if this was legitimately true. It really wouldn't shock me at all. And so if that does turn out to be the case, could that be a big enough reason for Microsoft to want to join the governing council? I would say so. Yeah, because, if this is such a big use case and, Microsoft or Bill Gates want to really put their stamp on that in regards to trying to, lower the carbon emissions and things like that. If this is something that they are using and they're happy with, then yeah, why wouldn't they then jump on the council, And let's be honest, look at some of the names that we have seen on the council already and in the past. We've seen IBM, we've seen Google, we've seen really big names. We've seen Dell, we've seen real big names. So would it really shock you to have Microsoft on there? I would say whoa, that is big, but I think Google's pretty big, right? Google's a massive company to have on your governing council. So it wouldn't really be oh my God, I cannot believe it's shocking. But I would be wow, that is a real big deal. I'd be that is massive. Do you know what I mean? So, we'll see how this goes. But yeah, I don't want this to be any kind of thing where I'm saying anything it's fact, because I really have no real actual information to prove this one way or the other. It's just something that I saw, so I thought I'd show it to you guys because, although I can't find the article, the guy didn't specify a source on the article, he did put that out there. it could be fake. I will be honest with you, because that's one thing I will say with crypto Twitter. Like, you do have to be careful, because sometimes people will just make things up because they're very big hype, you know, that they want attention, or they want to try and get HBAR to pump, so they'll just push out fake things. And some people are influencers who do this kind of stuff. Sometimes they're just so desperate to try and get views and things like that, they will just push out fake things just to try and get engagement, right? So you do have to be careful with that kind of stuff. So I will say, look, I'm not saying I don't believe this at all, but I'm just saying, just be careful. Like, I'm not going to necessarily, like, you know, take this where I'm like, oh yeah, I completely believe this is real, what I've read, you know, everything is legitimate. I'm not going to say that. Like, for me, I'm going to be very cautious. I will look to see if I see anything else that would give me any kind of inclination as to whether this is legitimate or not. And if I do find extra things, I will touch on it properly. Like, I will cover it properly at that point and add more factual information to the video. But at this point, I'm just going to leave it as pure speculation, because I've really got nothing of substance to offer other than that at this point. So do I think it's plausible though? Yeah, I think it's something that could happen. I would be very impressed if they did manage to get Microsoft, but you know, I don't think it's like, oh, there's no way they'll get Microsoft, because I've seen such big companies with them already. So it's not going to be that shocking if that was to be the case, you know what I mean? But I would be very impressed with that being said. So we will see. I'll definitely keep an eye on this, because this has piqued my interest. So I obviously want to look into it a bit more and see if I can find anything. So as I say, if I do find anything a bit more factual with a bit more substance in, I'll update this and cover it a bit more in depth, because I definitely would like to know for sure. And it's definitely something I would like to share with you guys. So what do you think though? You know, Microsoft potentially being a governing council member, what do you think about that? Would you like to see that? Would you not like to see that? Would that be something that you'd be impressed with? Would you believe it? Would you be thinking it's so amazing that you'd find it unbelievable? Let me know. I'd be interested to see what you guys think. Alright, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.